Smart home devices are slowly seeping into our homes, and the need to control them is also growing. So companies like Amazon and Google are leading the pack with Alexa and Google Assistant. When Amazon released their Echo Dot, it placed pressure on Google to release something that was budget friendly too. And then they did. They released the Google Home Mini, which now you can buy for as little as $4. Let's jump right in. So you're probably wondering how to get this thing for $4. I'll be leaving links to Walmart's site down below where they have this promotion going on, which is pretty insane. Now, the Google Home Mini is not for audiophiles. I'm not one, so I'm fine with it. I mostly listen to electronic music, and since it's so defined, you'll be able to tell if the speaker quality is good or not. Now, if you're not too satisfied with that, Google's Home app lets you tweak the bass and treble depending on what type of vocals you're listening to or what type of music you're listening to in general. It'd be nice to have modes such as electronic, hip-hop, jazz, kind of like EQs built in, which would make your job much easier. Now, as a standalone speaker, it's okay, but as a speaker with smart home capabilities for $4, it's not okay that they didn't include a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, I kind of understand this is a cash grab from Google since they said you have to get a Chromecast audio enabled device, which means you have to buy the $35 dongle. So they're trying to make some money off of you, and if you have some good speaker systems in your home, you could just buy that and get the functionality of Google Assistant on your nice speaker set. Speaking of Chromecast enabled devices, this is a great companion for them. I picked up a Chromecast on Black Friday, and this is perfect for playing audio and video on whim. It's also a great way to control what you're playing on your Chromecast without the need of a phone or any mobile device. Another contributing factor to whether you should buy a smart home device is obviously the Assistant. Now, Google's AI is always improving with over-the-air updates, and sometimes I do have to rephrase what I said to Google Assistant for it to understand what I'm trying to say. But this is trumped by the fact that the mics are really good. I can be 30 feet away from this thing in another room. There's 2 walls between this and the other room, and it can still hear what I'm trying to say with a semi-loud voice. I don't have to yell or anything. It will still recognize it. And I had 2 of these things, so when I called out one of them, the other one would listen as well. Now, this definitely attests to how good these mics are, but it also shows how bad Google's room management is. They should kind of create a software where if one speaker hears the same command as another speaker and the voice sounds the same, it picks up the one that hears it louder because that one's probably closer. So I hope they implement that soon in a software update over the year. Now, controlling volume is pretty simple. You just tap on the right or the left depending on whether you want to increase and decrease. And if you want to skip tracks, you can tap and hold wherever you would press for the volume. Now, Google did have a functionality where you could press the center of it to activate it, but some people's Google Home Mini started going off and randomly recording on accident, so Google just disabled it for the sake of privacy, which is surprising. As you look on the device, it looks pretty cozy. It's made out of a fabric that can match your home either in charcoal, coral, or chalk. But you also notice 2 more things on this thing. So the first thing is a mute switch for privacy, which is always nice to have and should be a must in any smart speaker. And second of all is a charging port. Well, which charging port? USB Type-C? Wrong. Google cheaped out and they included a micro USB port, which I kind of understand because it's way cheaper to get a micro USB port than USB Type-C since that's a newer standard. But I hope they use a port that better matches up with their product lineup in next year's Google Home Mini. Other than that, the design is pretty elegant and cost effective. It's not built like a tank, and the fabric could be a bit more assuring. I have a feeling that it will rip if I tug at the fabric just even a little bit. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Google Home Mini. I have some awesome things coming up since I had a break, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you're excited for that. Anyways, this was Shrey here. Have a great day.